Hi guys, this is one of my kitchen benchtop kitchen waste containers. Came with one of my kitchens, I think. Yuck. Okay, coffee, grounds and all the other stuff. And I'm sure, like most of you, it poses a problem what to do with it. Ideally, it would go straight into the compost, but in winter time we are full of greens and no browns. So there's a huge lack of carbon products to go into the compost. Over the last few years, I've been doing Bokashi composting, which isn't really composting at all, but a fermenting process. So here I've got a couple of bins. I'm not sure if this one here is empty or full. Let's have a look. No, it's empty. This one here, yeah, it's kind of full. It looks like it. There's green mold there. A little bit of penicillin. So it kind of looks like I didn't put the Bokashi bacteria mix into it enough. But then you're still left with trying to find a place to dump this into when it's full up. I don't have any spare areas that I could easily dump it in the ground without forgetting where I actually put it. In the past, I've put kitchen waste really in the ground and covered it up, and then only remembered several years later that it's there. Or an animal's come along and dug it up. So, in thinking of a solution, I've heard about things like solar digesters, where you put produce into the digester, which is, I think it's a double-walled plastic cone with a big basket in the ground, and it basically uses heat and probably worms and whatever to digest the whole thing up. So you're left with very little residue, certainly no compost. And every couple of years you're supposed to clean it all out. But I actually do want to use the material. Now, I've heard that sometimes those digesters don't work at all, and you just end up with a huge mess of undigested organic waste, which is really terrible. Now, I've got a couple of feijoa trees here. I think I planted these about 3-4 years ago. Haven't really fruited much, and when they did fruit last year, I think some kids came along and tore the fruit. Anyway, that's life, planted on the verge like that. And one of the problems in winter, during the summer, is finding time to water these things. So I'm wondering if I could use the leachate from Bokashi or whatever to actually feed the drip line. Oh, looks like I've got flowers coming back already. Well, buds anyway. So we're in the last couple of weeks of winter. So what I want to do, I think, and that broad bean is right in the wrong place. Anyway, what I want to do is build a waste container here and let the leachate fall into the drip line. So this is my thought, is that I will use this terracotta container and I'll invert it and place it on top of the soil between the two feijoa trees. I'll cut the base off, and that will become the lid. And then I'll just dump waste into this pot. Maybe sprinkle that Bokashi activator. I don't know. It does seem to reduce the smell a bit. Maybe also chuck a little bit of the potting mix or topsoil on top as I go. And as it decomposes, the water that is released from all the vegetables and waste just goes into the ground. and when it gets to near to the top, I'll then fill it up with more potting mix and then plant into it. Something like a pumpkin or something like that that can actually tolerate being planted directly into a compost bin. Anyway, I better what I want to do now is cut the bottom off this pot. I've drawn my approximate cutting line. Where is it? Here it is. Do it on the ground, easier I think, rather than doing it vertically. Turn it over. Got my headgear, got my mask, got my gloves, I've got my diamond blade, cutting blade. Better go and cut. Seems to cut like butter really with the diamond cutting blade on my grinder. And there she is, lid removed. Well, bottom removed, but it's going to be the lid. Now to dig up a space and put it down. And there's my digester, well, composter or whatever. Hopefully the seal between the where I cut the base off is enough to stop fruit flies from getting in. And of course I'll have to cover up this drainage hole, but I'll see how it goes. Yeah, got a soak hose down there. Give you an update in, I don't know, a few months. Thanks for watching. Well, I've actually got some kitchen waste I showed before, so that it's time to go into the digester. Ugh, God, disgusting. And I'm going to plug the hole up.